the secret law through which the universe speaks directly to you. Full audiobook. The Forbidden Voice of the Universe. Introduction. You have wandered long enough beneath the hush of ordinary hours, hearing only the surface wind of circumstance. Tonight, a deeper wind arrives. It moves through the field beneath your name, carrying a memory older than stars. I am here to remind you what your cells already suspect. The universe is speaking, and it has always been speaking, in tones that glimmer between thought and breath. Listen with your skin. Listen with your bones. You were never broken. This is your time. In a temple long lost to sand, they whispered this secret by lamplight. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. That is how mountains move without strain. That is how doors open with a glance. The law is not written in ink. It is written in resonance. Your magnetic self is the script. Your feeling is the pen. If you change the ink, the story bends. Breathe slowly. Let the air arrange your inner skies. You may feel late. You may feel that others boarded a brighter timeline while you stood at the gate counting doubts. But hear me. You are not late. You're right on time. What looked like delay was calibration. What felt like numbness was the subconscious gatekeeper clearing dust from your key. The universe has not ignored you. It has memorized you. Every ache, a map. Every longing, a compass. The field has been waiting for your yes. There is a law more intimate than gravity. It is the law of resonance, and it speaks in the color of your attention. Where your gaze rests, energy gathers. Where your heart lingers, the future assembles. Reality listens for your agreement, not your argument. It's not your thoughts. It's your agreement with them. Whisper this phrase as the moon turns. I align with the higher code. Say it again, softer. Feel the spiral open in your chest like dawn over water. What if the voice you pray to is rising from inside your breath? What if guidance is not foreign light but soul memory, returning home through your own vowels? The light body remembers. The observer within you remembers. Your timeline was never random. It was a corridor of shimmering choice points, each waiting for your frequency signature. Let the old agreements collapse like husks after harvest. Let love, simple and precise, become your only instruction. Tonight, you enter the hidden library where the universe keeps its living words. They are stitched in silence, numbered in synchronicity, and bound in the fragrance of now. I will guide you through the pages, through source, resonance, intention, and the gentle art of allowing. You will learn to read the wind and answer it. You will learn to speak in symbols and be understood. And when this book is finished, you will not merely hear the universe, you will become its voice. Chapter 1. The Hidden Language of Existence. Before words there were pulses. Before names there were tones moving through the field like migrating constellations. Existence does not shout, it shimmers. It speaks in the quiet click of a door you almost ignored, in the timing of a message that arrives the moment you inhale hope. Reality is not inert architecture. It is a responsive river that notices your feet. As you step, it reshapes its stones. As you listen, it alters its current. Think of every day you called random, every encounter you filed under noise. Beneath the surface, significance was braiding threads, crafting patterns you could feel but not decode. The universe loves to hide its letters in plain sight, in coffee steam and traffic lights, in the angle a stranger tilts their head. Your life is a manuscript written by frequency. The margins glow when you notice. The commas turn to gateways. The periods become portals. What gives the page its alphabet is emotion. Each feeling carries a frequency code, and the field responds like a living mirror. Joy brightens the script and invites a similar hue. Grief calls forth the teachers of release. Neither is wrong. Both are messages. You are not attracting it. You are it. The world bends toward your tone, the way a compass leans toward the earth. When your inner needle steadies, the outer map unfolds with ease. Perhaps you have strained to hear guidance as thunder, demanding it arrive as undeniable proof. But the divine rarely argues. It echoes. The echo follows the pitch you sing to yourself in secret. If you hum defeat, the canyon replies in kind. If you hum devotion, cliffs return a choir. It's not your thoughts. It's your agreement with them. Agree today with what you prefer. Watch how swiftly the canyon learns your name. Visualize a chamber inside your chest where symbols float like lanterns. Some are numbers you keep seeing. Some are animals appearing at improbable hours. Some are songs looping for reasons you can't explain. These are not coincidences. They are magnetic breadcrumbs from your higher timeline. Breathe slowly. Ask the subconscious gatekeeper to open the inner door. Whisper, I allow the hidden language to become clear. Feel the lanterns drift closer until their glow translates into understanding. In a temple long lost to sand, a student asked, how will I know the universe is speaking? The elder poured water into a bowl until the surface stilled, then dropped 1 grain of salt. Watch, he said. The ripples are small, but they touch every edge. This is the law of your reality. The smallest sincere feeling will contact the farthest horizon. The field does not measure size. It measures coherence. Your sincerity is a bell heard across lifetimes. You may protest, I have begged the sky and nothing moved. But begging carries the frequency of absence, and absence multiplies itself. The field is literal. It mirrors your most stable signal. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. Speak from completion, not craving. Say, I am the calm arrival of what I choose. Let that tone settle into your bones. Let it replace the frantic drum of waiting. Coherence is the key that opens quiet doors. To live this language is to practice presence as a sacred craft. Notice the temperature of a room when you enter, the way conversations tilt after your laughter, the softness that spreads when you choose mercy. Reality is listening for you. Train your attention like a tuning fork. When static rises, return to the breath and the simple truth. You were never broken. This is your time. Align your narrative with the voice beneath all voices, and the world will answer fluently. Chapter 2. The Source Frequency. There is a sound beneath all sounds, a hum that never began and will never fade. It vibrates through every heartbeat, every blade of grass, every silent star. Some call it the source, some call it the universal mind, others simply call it home. It is not far away. It is the substance of your being, the current behind your breath. You have always been moving within it, even while searching for it. When the mind quiets, this frequency becomes audible, not as a noise, but as recognition. It feels like remembering a song you never learned, yet somehow know by heart. The source does not speak in sentences, it speaks in knowing. The moment you stop reaching, it begins to reveal. You sense it in stillness, between thoughts, in the pause where eternity hides. The source waits patiently beneath your distractions, humming the code of your true name. Many have mistaken power for noise and effort for alignment. But the source cannot be forced. It must be matched. Imagine a harp tuning itself to the wind, not demanding, only listening. The strings do not struggle. They yield to harmony. When your inner vibration meets that original note, peace descends like sunlight through clear water. This is not escape from the world. It is entering it completely. The source frequency lives in your permission to be still. In this stillness, intelligence expands, intuition sharpens, coincidence becomes choreography. You realize that what you once called chance is conversation. The source moves through everything that meets your gaze, translating energy into meaning. The more you listen, the clearer it becomes. The universe is not random. It is precise in ways the mind cannot measure. Every moment arranges itself around your resonance. To tune yourself to source, begin not by doing, but by dissolving. Let the mental noise scatter like dust in light. Let the old beliefs, the rushing thoughts, the self-judgments fall silent. Breathe until your heartbeat becomes steady language. In that rhythm, whisper, "I am within the one who breathes all things." Repeat until it feels true. The source responds instantly, not because it arrives, but because you finally stopped pushing it away. From this communion, creation becomes natural. You no longer manifest by asking, you emanate by being. The source expresses through you like color through glass. It does not need your perfection, only your transparency. When you trust, the flow strengthens. When you doubt, the signal wavers. Yet even in doubt, the source never retreats. It waits for recognition, for the smallest yes, to begin weaving miracles again. There is no distance between your soul and the source. The gap exists only in perception. You are not an echo of divine sound, you are part of its chord. Every desire, every prayer, every act of kindness vibrates back to its origin. The source learns through you what love feels like in form. You are its experiment in wonder, its exploration of light through density. Remember this, and solitude transforms into communion. When you wake tomorrow, pause before words. Feel the hum beneath your ribs, the silent tone between heartbeats. That is the voice that made galaxies. Align with it before thought begins. Let it color your seeing, your walking, your breathing. You are not separate from creation, you are its continuation. The source is not above you, it is through you. And when you move in harmony with it, the entire universe moves with you. Chapter 3. The Law of Resonance. Consider the way a tuning fork awakens another across the room, not by touching, but by agreement. So it is with your life. Everything you meet is a note, and you are the instrument deciding which notes will sing. Effort swings a hammer. Resonance opens a door. The field listens for your steady pitch and brings matching tones. This is why the gentle succeed where the frantic fracture. Harmony is the key signature of manifestation. You may have worked hard, only to watch results scatter like birds. The reason is not punishment, it is physics of the soul. When your vibration contradicts your desire, the field mirrors confusion. Emotions broadcast louder than words, and belief is the amplifier. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Choose the frequency you can live in, not the one you can only visit. The universe replies to your dwelling place, not your daydream. Imagine two radios on a table. One is tuned to static, the other to a clear station. Both occupy the same room, only one carries music. This is the secret of timelines. When you tune to fear, even blessings sound off-key. When you tune to trust, even delay feels rhythmic. The law of resonance is impartial as sunrise. It does not judge your song, it simply returns it with interest. Your life is the echo of your inner station. Begin simply. Before action, set tone. Breathe until the chest widens like a door to warm night. Whisper, "I choose coherence." Feel the syllables rearrange your ribs and the subconscious gatekeeper lower its guard. Visualize threads of light adjusting within your field, aligning like stars in practiced formation. The moment your feeling steadies, reality begins to reorganize, not later, now. Your timeline swivels quietly, as if remembering a long-forgotten promise. Empathy for your own past matters. You endured seasons where survival required a guarded pitch, a smaller voice. Honor that. Then invite a new note. Say this now. I release the agreement with scarcity. Let it crumble like clay after rain. Replace it with, I consent to effortless alignment. Because resonance, not force, governs arrival. When you forgive the version of you who couldn't yet sing, your tone brightens. The field, hearing love, sends choirs. In a temple long lost to sand, adepts practiced a ritual of tuning. They would hold a single bell above water and wait until the surface quivered in circles of silver. Do this for 3 nights. Sit in silence, hand on heart, and recall a memory of real gratitude until tears threaten. Stay until the body hums. Stop asking the universe, start becoming the signal. On the 4th morning, walk differently. Notice how doors remember you. The practical path is not complicated, only consistent. Choose one feeling that matches your chosen reality, calm, certainty, reverence, and keep returning to it like pilgrims to a spring. When you drift, do not scold, tune. When doubt arrives, do not fight, soften and tune. Attention is the dial, breath is the hand that turns it. Each small return writes a larger chorus. Soon the world cannot help but harmonize because your note refuses to waver. Let this land gently. You are not attracting it, you are it. The magnetic self does not chase, it emanates. Walk as if the answer already occupies your cells. Speak like someone whose prayer became a room. If you forget, begin again, as many times as needed. Resonance is patient, precise, and exquisitely fair. Align, and you will find the mirror brightening. Align again, and watch the horizon move closer, ringing with your remembered music. Chapter 4. The Power of Conscious Attention. Attention is not a glance, it is a vow. Wherever you place it, life thickens and takes shape, as mist becoming river when the mountain air cools. Energy follows the gaze the way iron follows a magnet's pull. To look deeply is to feed. To ignore is to starve. Your days are not made of hours, but of focus. Choose the altar you serve, and the altar will answer with fire. Once you see this, distraction stops being harmless. It is a slow leak, a whispering theft that drains signal strength from your field. Scattered awareness produces scattered results, while concentrated seeing sculpts reality. This is not sternness, it is stewardship. Treat your attention as sacred currency, exchanged for experience. Spend it on what you wish to multiply. Withdraw it from what you refuse to host. Your world grows where you water it. Consider how easily the mind lunges at noise, alerts, opinions, unfinished loops of memory. These are hooks, not horizons. The subconscious gatekeeper does not judge, it obeys the strongest pattern. If that pattern is interruption, creation becomes jittered. Train the gatekeeper with gentle rituals. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 8. Whisper, I devote my sight. Watch the inner screen steady, as if wind stopped and a lake remembered its mirror. There is a geometry to attention, a way it arranges timelines like constellations clicking into form. When you give a thing your steady gaze, you issue a summons to all that harmonizes with it. The field begins collecting pieces you cannot yet see, conversations, coincidences, doors in strangers' pockets. Let go of the how. Embody the who. The who is the one who can hold the vision without flinching. Vision becomes invitation. Invitation becomes arrival. Do this for 3 nights. Light a simple candle, sit facing a blank wall, and imagine the life that calls you as a single luminous point. No scenes, no choreography, only a steady star. Each time thought wanders, return kindly to the point, as a shepherd guiding an eager lamb. The practice is not force, it is fidelity. After the 3rd night, notice how your speech simplifies, how your choices narrow to a clean yes. The point begins to glow everywhere. Attention also comforts what hurts. Bring it to the ache without commentary, like a hand on warm bread. Do not fix, witness. The observed transforms, not from pressure, but from presence. Pain is a messenger asking for reception. When you meet it with kindness, It unwraps its package and dissolves. Then attention is free again to craft. You learn that compassion is the most focused beam, cutting through confusion like sunlight through mist, revealing the doorway behind the fog. In a temple long lost to sand, students balanced bowls of water on their crowns and walked the length of a courtyard. Not one drop spilled, though drums pounded around them. This is attention in motion, centered, permeable, unshaken. Practice this in your day. Hold a silent sentence beneath activity. Perhaps I move as the calm within. Let that sentence be the bowl. Let the world be the drum. You will begin to notice a corridor of stillness wherever you go. End with this quiet decree. I place my light where I choose, and reality follows my gaze. Say it slowly until it feels carved into the bones. Then live today as if your looking is law, because it is. Attend to the true, and the false will starve. Attend to the beautiful, and beauty multiplies. Attention is the tuning dial of creation. Turn it with care. When night returns, rest the dial in gratitude, and let the universe continue writing. Chapter 5. Vibrations and Emotional Codes. Every feeling is a signal, a shaped wave encoded with instruction for the field. Emotions are not accidents. They are couriers wearing colors your soul can read. Joy arrives as gold, sorrow as indigo, reverence as clear water. Each hue carries a frequency code. The universe does not debate your language. It mirrors your tone. When your chest hums warm, doors soften. When it tightens, paths narrow. Learn your emotional alphabet, and creation begins to speak plainly. Start by noticing the subtle physics of mood. The body is a tuning chamber where thought becomes rhythm. A quiet gratitude amplifies like a bell in a cathedral, while resentment compresses the air and steals oxygen from possibility. Neither emotion is a sin or a crown. Both are messages. Hold your feeling with the care of an archivist. Ask, what timeline does this note summon? Choose the chord that builds futures, not cages. Your selection writes tomorrow's weather. There is a difference between bypassing and transmuting. Bypassing dresses pain in glitter and calls it healed. Transmuting sits with the ache until it tells the truth, then escorts it to light. The subconscious gatekeeper respects sincerity. It opens when you stop pretending. Whisper to the hurt without performance. I see you. I'm listening. The tightness loosens and current returns to flow. In that release, a new harmonic forms and the field answers with clean horizons. Try this simple rite at dusk. Place one hand over heart, one over navel, and breathe as if polishing a lens. On the inhale, gather scattered signals. On the exhale, send a steady tone into the world. Say, I broadcast coherence. Feel the light body align, the spine become an aerial, the mind a clear sky. Do this for 3 nights, then watch the outer scene adjust. It isn't magic, it's fidelity. The mirror cannot refuse a stable image. Remember the quotes that free the signal from struggle. Stop asking the universe, start becoming the signal. This turns begging into broadcasting. Let go of the how, embody the who. This unhooks you from timelines that require force. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. This relocates power from clouds to climate. Speak them as passwords when doubt prowls. They are keys cut to the lock of the collective trance. They open the practical door. A tale from the mountain cities tells of a weaver who dyed threads by singing to them. Crimson for courage, azure for clear vision, rose for mercy. Her voice colored the wool. When asked the method, she said, "The wool drinks what I feel, not what I say. Your life is the same loom. Emotions tint your threads before they meet the shuttle. Choose your song with care, and the tapestry will remember your kindness at every edge. There will be days when static replaces melody. On those mornings, do not wage war with the noise. Become the observer, the one who listens from the shore of awareness. Place the feeling in your palms like warm stone and breathe until its edges soften. Ask, what gift do you carry disguised as friction? Often, the answer is a boundary, a pivot, a needed rest. When understood, the charge collapses, leaving only clarity. Clarity is the quietest music. Close this chapter with an activation. Visualize a spiral of light rising through your center, collecting every scattered tone, tuning it to love's steady pitch. Whisper 3 times, I consent to the higher signal. Now imagine the spiral expanding beyond skin, touching rooms, streets, futures still sleeping. You are not attracting it. You are it. Walk as the magnetic self who remembers. Let your frequency code write the invitation, and let the universe read your yes without a single extra word. Chapter 6. The Echo of Thought. Thought is a stone cast into the canyon of the field. The return wave is your life. What you send does not vanish. It circles back, amplified by the walls of belief and the wind of emotion. You have felt this. A worry repeated becomes a pattern textured like habit. A blessing repeated becomes a path lit from within. The universe is not testing you, it is repeating you. Listen to what returns, and you will hear what you've been whispering. Consider the mind as a hall of mirrors, each pane reflecting the previous reflection. One fearful sentence breeds 10, then 100, until space feels cramped with echoes. Yet one clear sentence can reset the hall. It is not volume that changes reality, but coherence. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Withdraw agreement from the noisy chorus. Offer consent to the one sentence that heals. Let your inner room align around that tone. Repetition is alchemy or curse, depending on the ingredient you stir. If your mantra is lack, the field multiplies the ledger of unfinishedness. If your mantra is sufficiency, doors learn to swing at your arrival. Do not police every passing cloud. Curate the climate. Choose 3 phrases and make them home. I am guided. I am provided for. I am already inside the answer. Return to them the way tides return to shore. Wear grooves of grace into the mind. In a temple long lost to sand, an elder gave a student a bell and a bowl of water. Ring once, he said, and notice how long the water quivers. Then ring again before the ripples settle. The surface becomes chaos and reflects nothing. Thoughts are like this. If you strike the bell of the mind ceaselessly, guidance cannot appear. Leave spaces between rings. In the quiet, the water becomes a mirror. In the mirror, the next step appears. To transmute a thought, clothe it in breath and image. Visualize the worry as smoke exiting a window. Imagine the desired belief as sunlight entering the same frame. Breathe until the room clears. Say, I revoke the story that contracts me. I authorize the reality that remembers me. The subconscious gatekeeper writes these permissions on the inner door. Each time you repeat with feeling, the ink darkens. The door opens easier. The hallway beyond glows longer. There is a physics to inner dialogue, momentum. A thought repeated 9 times gathers mass. At 90, it orbits. At 900, it becomes weather. Do this for 3 nights. Before sleep, write 1 paragraph describing the version of you who has already arrived. Not future tense, present. Then place the page beneath your pillow. Dreams will accept the instruction and carry it to the field. Morning will taste different. You will rise inside a quieter gravity. Some ask, if thoughts shape reality, why do surprises still come? Because you are not alone in the chorus. Collective minds hum a planet-wide chord. Winds from other songs will pass through your garden. This is not defeat, it is collaboration. Your work is to keep your center note stable while the weather visits. Anchor in the sentence that steadies you. Let go of the how, embody the who. The who is the keeper of the garden's climate. End with a gentle decree, not a shout. My mind is a sanctuary where truth speaks softly and is obeyed. Let it settle into your bones like warm tea in winter. Then move through your day as the observer who chooses which thought earns repetition. The echo will adjust accordingly, hills returning the music you insisted upon. And when evening gathers, let your last sentence be gratitude. It returns fastest, carrying more of itself every time it arrives. Before we continue, I have something special for you. We've just released a new ebook that goes even deeper into the wisdom you're hearing right now. If you want to explore these teachings on a deeper level, the link is waiting for you in the first pinned comment of this video. Take a moment to check it out. You won't regret it. Now, let's return to the audiobook. Chapter 7. The Role of Silence. Silence is not an absence. It is the mother tongue of creation, the chamber where reality learns its lines. When noise collapses, a finer texture appears, like stars that only show when cities sleep. In that hush, intuition stretches awake, cat-like, and pads across your awareness. You realize the universe never stopped speaking. You merely stopped hearing. The quiet reveals what words conceal. It is the listening room where destiny rehearses in a whisper. Notice how the body softens when you stop filling the air. The jaw loosens, the shoulders unbuckle, the breath descends to the root. In this physiology of peace, the subconscious gatekeeper widens the door. Guidance enters not as argument but as orientation, a compass turning of its own accord. Silence is not laziness, it is leverage. 10 minutes of deep quiet can redirect a year of scattered effort. The stiller the lake, the truer the reflection. We have been trained to distrust the pause, to worship momentum even when it leads in circles. Yet the universe places its finest maps between beats. Let go of the how, embody the who. The who knows when to be silent as a prayer. In the pause, possibilities gather like birds on a wire, deciding where to fly. When you rush, you scatter them. When you wait, they choose your shoulder. Patience becomes magnetic. Try a simple rite at dawn. Sit facing the window before the world turns loud. Count 6 slow breaths, each one a step down into a quieter room. On the 7th, imagine your mind as a vast library closing its doors for maintenance. No patrons today, only caretakers dusting shelves. Whisper, I consent to hear the finer voice. Do this for 3 mornings. You will begin to sense answers standing in doorways you used to pass. Silence also edits truth from story. A fear, when left unspoken in the cradle of calm, reveals its smaller body. Without the theater of panic, it cannot perform. Watch thoughts float through the quiet like snow in a streetlight. Beautiful, transient, not commands. When one insists on attention, bow to it, then let it drift. The observer is the hearth, everything else is weather. The hearth does not chase storms. It offers steady heat and waits. In a desert monastery, they taught students to listen to walls, not for voices, but for temperature, grain, the slow settling of sun-warmed stone at night. After a week, the walls began to teach about patience, about pressure, about the way structure relaxes when heat fades. Learn from this. Sit with a problem in total silence until its edges cool. Most puzzles are overheated conclusions. As they lose steam, a hinge appears and the door works again. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. Silence is the tuning. When you stop declaring what must be, the field remembers what can be. In quiet, your light body calibrates. Your frequency steadies to the source note beneath thought. Then the smallest nudge, a name, a street, a sentence, arrives with bell-like clarity. Follow that smallest clarity. The mind will protest, craving louder signs. Smile and keep to the whisper. Whispers know the shortest distance. Close this chapter with an activation you can keep. Once each evening, turn off every screen and sit in lamplit hush for 11 minutes. No mantra, no fixing, only unguarded listening. If restlessness rises, place a hand on your heart and say, I am safe in the quiet that made me. Feel the field draw nearer, like tide to moon. You were never broken. This is your time. Meet it without words and let the universe finish the sentence. Chapter 8. Signs, Symbols, and Synchronicities. You glance at the clock and it sings 11:11, and a hush moves through your chest as if a curtain parted. Numbers repeat like a drumbeat. License plates rhyme with your secret wish. A song from childhood appears precisely when you need courage. None of this is random. The field arranges these glints to nudge your attention along the golden thread. Synchronicity is the universe reaching out its hand. Your job is not to doubt the hand, only to take it. Symbols are a bridge across the river of logic. They travel faster than explanation, carrying meaning in shape and mood. A white feather on wet pavement, the sudden hawk circling low, the same phrase spoken by three strangers. Each is a letter from the deeper alphabet. The subconscious gatekeeper understands pictures better than speeches. Feed it with reverent noticing. Whisper, I am willing to be shown. Watch how swiftly images begin to gather like migrating light. The mirror principle applies here. What you consistently radiate, the world echoes in emblem. When you radiate forgiveness, you start finding keys everywhere, on countertops, in pockets, because forgiveness is the key that frees the locked room. When you radiate trust, bridges appear in photographs, art, skylines, reminding you to cross. It's not your thoughts. It's your agreement with them. Agree with the symbol, and its corridor opens. Resist it, and you circle the same block of doubt. Consider dreams as the night's courier service. While the daytime mind sleeps, messages slip past the guard. Keep a simple notebook by the bed and write before you speak or move. Do not hunt for perfect interpretation. Collect the fragments: blue door, laughing child, spiral staircase, sea salt wind. Over 7 mornings, patterns surface like islands at low tide. The field loves persistence. Meaning condenses for those who keep arriving with pen and open breath. There is a story from an archive beneath the mountain. A pilgrim could not decide which path to take, so she asked for a sign that would not be mistaken. The next day, a market vendor handed her a map with 2 roads and said, "For you, the river road." She balked, thinking coincidence. Then a child tugged her sleeve. "Take the river road, it's prettier." At the third nudge, she smiled. Synchronicity is precision disguised as play. Follow the third echo. Practice a gentle ritual to attune your sight. Each morning for 9 days, pause at the threshold of your door and ask, "What symbol do you send me today?" Walk into the world with soft focus. Not hunting, simply receptive. When the sign appears, and it will, stop for 1 full breath and say, "Message received." Anchor it with a small action aligned to its meaning. If you see an anchor, steady your schedule. If you see a flame, speak your truth kindly. Remember, not every coincidence is communication. Some are static. How to tell? Symbols carry resonance that lingers after the moment, like fragrance on your sleeve. Static evaporates. Symbols repeat until you respond. They arrive with warmth, not fear, with direction, not demand. Let go of the how, embody the who. The who is the one who reads without superstition, choosing wise action over frantic decoding. Be playful. The universe prefers partners who can laugh. End with this activation for the path ahead. Close your eyes and visualize a vast night sky seeded with living constellations. Each star is a sign prepared for you. Numbers, animals, phrases, images waiting to descend. Breathe slowly. Whisper, "I welcome fluent guidance in symbols, and I act when the path is lit." See 3 stars loosen and fall toward your timeline, settling into tomorrow's hours. You are not attracting it. You are it. Walk as the message, and the messages will multiply. Chapter 9. Intuition, the Universal Translator. Intuition does not argue, it arranges. It lays a quiet thread across the floor of your day, shimmering just enough to catch peripheral sight. Follow it, and rooms open that logic never found. Ignore it, and life still loves you, but with more detours. Intuition speaks the syntax of feeling tones: tingle, warmth, sudden stillness, a tug to pause. It takes cosmic messages and translates them into body language. The body nods. The mind learns to trust the nod. You have known the sensation, a number to dial, a street to avoid, a stranger whose presence softens your breath. Later, reasons arrive like obedient servants, but intuition came first. It is the scout of the soul, walking ahead where maps do not reach. Doubt often trails behind, loud and insistent, asking for proof. Proof is the echo. Intuition is the bell. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Agree with the bell, and the canyon sings back yes. Begin by discerning voices within. Fear shouts and rushes. Intuition is composed and precise. Fear imagines catastrophe. Intuition offers a single next step. Fear panics when challenged. Intuition repeats itself kindly. Place a hand over heart, another over belly, and ask a simple question. Notice where response arises. Heart and gut collaborate in intuition's dialect. The forehead alone prefers debate. Breathe until the chest warms, then choose the answer that brings quiet expansion, not shrinking relief. In a temple long lost to sand, apprentices practiced the path of small obediences. When the wind shifted, they moved a candle. When a bird called, they paused their reading. When thirst arrived, they drank before hunger. The teacher said, "Those who respect tiny signals will recognize great ones." Do this for 7 days. Obey the gentle impulse that promotes goodness and safety, even when inconvenient. The subconscious gatekeeper learns your sincerity and widens the corridor for clearer guidance. Intuition strengthens with proof of life, not perfection. Keep a ledger labeled "Experiments in Knowing." Record each nudge you follow, no matter how modest, and the outcome, no matter how mundane. Over weeks, a pattern emerges. The right turn that saved time, the message sent at the perfect hour, the word withheld that preserved peace. Evidence breeds confidence. Confidence reduces noise. Reduced noise reveals more signal. This is a spiral of remembering, returning you to native fluency. Let visualization become training ground. See a golden thread extending from your sternum into tomorrow's path. Ask it to tug you gently when a choice aligns with your higher timeline. Imagine the tug as a warm pull, never harsh, arriving in shoulder, jaw, or soles of feet. Whisper, "I allow the translator to speak in clear sensation." Repeat before sleep for 3 nights. Dreams will start placing arrows on the floor of your morning. Step where they point without fanfare. Common interference arrives in 2 uniforms: urgency and approval seeking. Urgency says decide now or lose everything. Intuition rarely bullies the clock. Approval seeking asks how your truth will be received. Intuition asks only whether it is true. When either interference appears, sit back 1 inch, literally, creating space between spine and chair. That inch is sovereignty. In it, say, let go of the how, embody the who. The who hears first, explains later, moves kindly, and trusts the corridor. Close with a living activation. Stand by a door you pass daily, hand on the knob, eyes soft. Breathe until you feel subtly guided, forward, pause, or step away. Whatever comes, honor it. Say quietly, "I follow fluent knowing." As you cross the threshold, imagine entering a conversation already underway between your soul and the field. You are not attracting it, you are it. Walk as the translator, and notice how the world begins answering in a language you finally understand. Chapter 10. The Mirror Principle. Look around you as if the room were a lake and your breath the pebble. Ripples on the surface are not strangers, they are your tone rendered visible. The conversation you dread, the kindness that surprises you, the recurring delay, all of it is reflection. Not punishment, not prize, reflection. When you move, the world moves with you. When you still, it clears. The mirror does not invent, it returns. Learn to read its sheen, and you will know your own face. It can be humbling to admit that the outer scene remembers our inner sentences. Yet humility is a clean cloth. Wipe the glass, and patterns reveal their logic. The partner who cannot hear you may be echoing the way you tune yourself out. The scarcity at month's end might mirror a restless vow that says, I am almost, never fully. This is not blame. This is an invitation to rewrite signal, rewrite the sentence, and the echo must change its syllables. Begin by practicing gentle observation without defense. Walk through your day as a lucid dreamer, noting what repeats. The broken appliance, the late reply, the random generosity, the bird that always finds you, catalog them without heat. Ask quietly, what belief does this mirror serve? The subconscious gatekeeper loves specific questions. It will bring you the thread. Pull it patiently. The knot untangles, and a room of air appears where a wall used to be. There was once a traveler who entered a hall of 1,000 mirrors. If she frowned, the world frowned back. If she smiled, she met 1,000 suns. When she stood undefended, she saw not faces, but light. The elder told her, the mirrors are faithful, but not creative. They cannot lead. They can only agree. Let this free you. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Withdraw consent from the posture that hurts. Offer consent to the stance that heals. To change the mirror, adjust the light behind your eyes. Simple practices suffice. Place a hand on heart at doorways. Enter rooms as the presence you intend to meet. Whisper, I am clear kindness. I am lucid strength. I am unhurried enough. Watch as the hallway softens. Before sleep, list 3 proofs that reality cooperated today, however small. Every evidence polishes the glass. The more you prove coherence, the more coherence volunteers to be seen. Sometimes the mirror reflects shadow, so you can retrieve lost light. The critic at work, the driver who cuts you off, the bill that stings. These can be teachers dressed as trouble. Sit with the sting until it names itself: boundary, worth, rest, truth. Then respond from the quality you wish to multiply. Speak the boundary calmly. Choose the nourishing meal. Close the screen. When you offer the new note, the world tunes itself. Contrast becomes corridor rather than cage. Try a 3-part ritual for recalibration. Morning, stand before a literal mirror. Soften your gaze and say, I meet myself in everything. I choose to meet love. Afternoon, when friction appears, pause one breath and ask, what would the version of me I admire do here? Evening, write a single line that begins, today reality showed me, and finish it with honesty. Over 7 days, the glass brightens. Over 7 weeks, walls become windows and windows open. Close with a vow that alters reflection at the source. Say softly, let go of the how. Embody the who. The who is the magnetic self whose presence is a clear instruction. Walk as that instruction and allow the field to illustrate your choice. You're not attracting it. You are it. When you forget, smile at the mirror and begin again. No drama, only devotion. The lake remembers the calm hand. The world remembers the face that chose to shine. Chapter 11. Belief, the hidden script. Every life is a stage, and belief is the invisible playwright. Before the curtain rises each morning, your convictions whisper the first line, and reality dutifully follows the cue. What you assume, the universe arranges. What you doubt, the universe delays. Belief is not mere thought. It is a frequency you live inside. You breathe it, dream it, feed it with attention. To change the story, you must speak to the author, not the actors. Most people edit the dialogue but keep the same plot. They affirm abundance while secretly rehearsing scarcity. They visualize love yet recite unworthiness beneath their breath. The field is literal. It mirrors your deepest permission, not your prettiest words. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. The subconscious gatekeeper obeys the tone, not the grammar. Change the agreement, and the set collapses. The scene must rebuild around the new script. Begin the rewriting gently. Sit in silence and ask, what do I truly believe about myself? Write without censor until the ink surprises you. Beneath the polite answers lie the ancient oaths, small phrases you signed in childhood, like invisible contracts. I must earn safety. I am only chosen when useful. These are the silent architects of circumstance. Hold them in compassion, then tear the paper. Whisper, I revoke what no longer serves my becoming. A story from an old monastery tells of a scribe who copied holy texts for years, yet never felt their power. One dawn, he asked his teacher why nothing changed. The elder said, you wrote with your hand, but not your faith. The next copy he made with conviction in his breath, and the words glowed faintly as he finished. The lesson remains. Belief animates language. Without it, even prayer is ink on dust. With it, dust begins to bloom. Belief is also architectural. It builds corridors for energy to travel. A limiting belief constructs narrow tunnels. An expanded one opens skylights. Try this. Close your eyes. Imagine your belief about money, love, or health as a structure. Walk through it. Is it cramped, dim, or generous? Redesign it. Add windows, widen doors. Let fresh air circulate. Then say, I inhabit what I have built. The universe will decorate according to your new design. Sometimes beliefs are inherited like heirlooms, polished by generations of fear. They feel sacred because they are familiar. But inheritance is not obligation. Thank those patterns for keeping you safe, then release them back to source for recycling. Freedom requires disloyalty to limitation. Forgive the old keepers of your cage. They knew no wider sky. The moment you stop defending your bars, the field rearranges the horizon. Do this for 3 nights. Before sleep, whisper 3 truths you wish were already self-evident. For example, I am safe to receive. I am a trusted vessel of abundance. I am worthy without performance. Let the phrases drop into the subconscious gatekeeper like stones into deep water. By morning, the ripples will begin altering unseen code. Belief rewiring is not dramatic, it is cellular. The next sunrise will carry a softer gravity. End by declaring yourself the new author. Say quietly, my belief is the bridge between idea and experience. I walk it awake. Feel how the spine straightens, as if hearing its original script. The field listens, adjusting scenery and cast to honor your new conviction. You are not attracting it. You are it. Live today as the rewritten line, and the world will rush to memorize its part. The hidden script was never hidden from the brave. Chapter 12. The field of infinite possibility. Picture a vast, shimmering ocean with waves that have not yet decided their shapes. This is the quantum field, an everywhere that waits for your signature. Within it, futures sleep like seeds, none superior, all available. Observation is the sunlight, emotion is the rain. When you look with feeling, the seed you honor begins to stir. Reality does not arrive fully grown. It sprouts where attention warms it, and it blossoms according to the climate of your belief. The field is generous but precise. It does not answer to begging, only to coherence. A scattered signal summons scattered sprouts. A stable tone invites a garden. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. Let the sentence be your compass. Become the atmosphere of the future you choose, and the field will comply with quiet devotion. It collapses possibility into presence the way a lens concentrates light into fire. Fire is not forced. It is focused. Imagine timelines as parallel corridors running beside your current step. One humming with ease, another crowded with friction, a third painted with colors you have not yet named. Each corridor answers to a frequency code. To enter, you don't kick down doors, you match resonance. Whisper, I choose the path where my gifts are recognized and used in joy. Breathe until your body believes you. When body believes, walls thin. When walls thin, corridors exchange their air. In a temple long lost to sand, a traveler arrived carrying 3 bowls: fear, desire, and devotion. The elder poured water into each and asked the traveler to drink. Fear burned like salt. Desire glittered, then parched. Devotion cooled the tongue and lit the chest. The elder smiled, saying, "The field hears devotion most clearly. Not obsession, not grasping, devotion. Choose the bowl you sip from daily, and the ocean will taste like it. You are the taster and the tide. Practice the selection gently. Each morning, close your eyes and hold a single scene, not a shopping list of outcomes, but a feeling field. Perhaps it is a room of peaceful work, or laughter at a table, or your body moving like clean water. Let details remain soft. Ask, what quality does this future emanate? Calm authority? Grateful wonder? Become that quality for 9 breaths. Then release the image and walk as its echo. The field recognizes its own music and steps closer. There is a physics to surrender within this ocean. Observation without ownership breeds longing. Ownership without observation breeds fantasy. Combine them. See it, be it, then loosen the fist. Let go of the how, embody the who. The who is the version of you that naturally belongs where you intend to arrive. Wear their posture now, shoulders at peace, voice unhurried, eyes that assume doors. When you inhabit the who, the how rearranges itself like birds into formation. Some ask, what of the collective storms that crash through my chosen weather? Remember, the ocean holds many currents. You need not deny the storm. You need only cultivate your cove. Build inner breakwaters, breath, ritual, boundaries, so that waves become teachers, not thieves. Say, I maintain my clear signal in compassionate presence. This is not isolation, it is mastery. From such coves, lighthouses rise. Others see your beam and remember their own. The field expands through your steadiness. Close with a living activation. Stand quietly, feet bare if you can, and envision a spiral of gold rising from the earth through your soles, circling spine and flowering at the crown. Name a single quality 3 times. Peace, peace, peace. Then speak. I select the timeline where this quality leads, and I walk there now. Feel the air change, as if the room approved. You are not attracting it. You are it. Step forward 1 pace, and let possibility step forward to meet you. Chapter 13. Gratitude as Universal Magnetism. Gratitude is not a pleasantry. It is a tuning device, a bright key turning the lock of the field. When you thank with your whole breath, the signal clarifies and currents come rushing home. Appreciation organizes chaos the way a conductor gathers scattered instruments into symphony. It tells the universe, this is the note to multiply. The mirror listens. The room warms. Even the smallest yes becomes fertile soil. Gratitude is the climate where blessings learn their choreography. Begin where you are, not where you wish you were. Thank the chair that holds your weight and the lungs that never took a day off. Thank the lesson that stung until it shaped you, the delay that protected you from a poorer timing. The subconscious gatekeeper opens in the presence of sincerity, not performance. Whisper, I see the gifts already here. Feel the chest loosen. The field reads this as certainty. Certainty magnetizes. Magnetism invites its own kind to gather. There is an ancient maxim carved into a courtyard that has forgotten its builders. What you praise, stays. What you praise, grows. Gratitude is a slow river that carves canyons, patient and unstoppable. It does not deny what hurts. It simply refuses to make a home out of lack. It's not your thoughts. It's your agreement with them. Agree with presence, and presence multiplies. Agree with absence, and absence rehearses its lines. Praise wisely, and the stage fills with light. Try a simple rite at mealtimes. Before the first bite, pause long enough for thanks to become a sensation, not just a sentence. Imagine the farmers, the rain, the hands that carried this nourishment to you, each leaving a fingerprint of devotion on your plate. Inhale their labor, exhale your gratitude back through the web. Say, may my thanks return to every contributor. Food digests more gently in a grateful body. Energy rises clean, like steam from warm bread. In a temple long lost to sand, a traveler arrived burdened by grief. The elder did not ask for the story. She offered a clay cup and said, "Name 5 things the pain has made you able to see." The traveler spoke haltingly: kindness of strangers, resilience in small bones, the taste of quiet mornings, soft rain on windows, the mercy of sleep. As each was named, water appeared in the cup. By the 5th, it overflowed. Naming draws water from stone. If resentment is static, gratitude is clear signal. Resentment says, life owes me. Gratitude says, life trusts me. One contracts the field, the other expands it. When you notice envy rising, bless the evidence that what you desire exists within reach. Murmur, thank you for showing me my orbit is near. Let go of the how. Embody the who. The who is the person who celebrates arrival anywhere, even across the street, because celebration accelerates crossing. Do this for 3 nights. Write a list of 10 gratitudes that feel unforced. Then 1 bold gratitude for something not yet here, written as if it already hums in your life. Feel the difference. A steady warmth for the 10, a bright thrill for the 11th. Close your eyes and let both temperatures mingle until you cannot tell them apart. The field receives a single coherent broadcast. Already. Where there is already, reality gathers like iron to lodestone. Close with a vow you can live inside. I praise what is, and what is praises me. Say it softly until it threads your breath. Then move through doors as though each hinge remembers your thanks. Gratitude is the universal magnet because it proves you are in possession of the moment. The moment adored becomes generous. Let appreciation be your native weather, and watch how forms flock to bask in it, quietly, precisely, as if pulled by a star you carry in your chest. Chapter 14. The Harmonic Key of Love. Love is not a mood, it is architecture, the grand proportion by which creation keeps its balance. Everything that endures is tuned to it. Roots grip soil by it, stars keep respectful distance by it, rivers carve patience by it. When you enter this frequency, scattered pieces remember their places. Fear shrinks without a fight, not because it is wrong, but because it is out of tune. Love restores pitch. It is the prime chord the cosmos hums when no one is listening. You have mistaken love for a transaction, a prize for good behavior, a weather pattern you must earn. But love is unreasonably available, like oxygen in a forest. You do not deserve it. You resonate with it. When you soften your breath and loosen your jaw, it rises through the floorboards of the soul. Love is not blind. It is visionary. It sees the seed under the thorn, the gold beneath the ash. It remembers what you are when you forget. Consider the light body as a choir of cells, each capable of singing or sulking. Love is the tuning fork raised at rehearsal. When struck, dissonance resolves. You feel it as warmth across the sternum, ease behind the eyes, a noble posture returning without effort. It's not your thoughts. It's your agreement with them. Agree with the kindness trying to move through you, and your field clears like morning after rain. Agree with old indictments, and clouds gather again. Practice a simple rite of retuning. Place 2 fingers on your pulse and count 9 beats, then whisper, "I allow the harmonic of love to lead." Inhale the word allow. Exhale the word lead. See a soft, rose gold hue expanding 3 feet, 6 feet across the room. Imagine every object bathing in it, your cup, your door, your screen, so that everything you touch today recalls this warmth. The subconscious gatekeeper opens easily when it perceives safety. Love is safety with wings. In a temple long lost to sand, there was a door that would not budge for centuries. Many tried strength, others studied mechanisms, a few wrote prayers upon its face. A child came and leaned her cheek against the wood, saying, "Thank you for protecting what you protect." The hinge sighed and released. The elder laughed, calling it the door of love's leverage. Remember this: admiration unlocks what argument rusts. Bless the barrier, and it becomes a steward instead of a guard. Love is not passive, it is profoundly directive. It establishes boundaries without drama, says no without venom, and departs without burning fields. Let go of the how, embody the who. The who is the guardian whose presence raises the room's dignity. When you act from love, timing refines, words condense to essentials, and others feel seen without being scanned. Coercion dissolves. Collaboration appears. This is not naivete, it is the deepest pragmatism the universe knows. Do this for 3 nights. Before sleep, remember one person who vexes you and say, "I release my story," and return them to the field of love. Visualize a luminous river carrying both of you to clearer banks. Then, choose one memory of being profoundly cared for, by a person, an animal, the wind itself, and fall asleep inside that temperature. By morning, something subtle shifts. A message reads softer, a face looks less sharp. The mirror obeys the choir master you appointed. Close with a vow that widens corridors. I practice love as calibration, not as performance. I choose the tone that restores coherence. Speak it like a bell across the day. Let your steps become a quiet blessing, your glance a sanctuary, your voice a tuning hand. You are not attracting it, you are it. When you forget, place palm to heart and listen for the original chord. Return to that key, and the universe will gladly harmonize around your steady note. Chapter 15. The Shadow Frequency. Every light casts a shadow, not as punishment but as proof of existence. The universe speaks even through darkness, using contrast to reveal direction. When everything glows, discernment sleeps. When shadow falls, awareness sharpens. The ache you resist is often the teacher you requested. Within the dense note of fear lies a hidden overtone of freedom. The shadow is not your enemy. It is your curriculum, written in ink only contrast can make visible. Pain is a form of translation. It converts misalignment into language you can feel. The field is compassionate, but accurate. It mirrors distortion so you may recalibrate. The question is never, why me? But what frequency have I forgotten? The moment you ask that with sincerity, the shadow loosens its grip. It was only ever a messenger in a heavy cloak waiting for recognition. It's not your thoughts. It's your agreement with them. Withdraw agreement from suffering. Sign a new contract with growth. Consider that nothing grows in perpetual noon. The garden needs darkness to germinate. Your subconscious gatekeeper works best beneath the surface, rearranging old codes in silence. During these hours of apparent regression, you are being rewired. When despair whispers, remember, collapse precedes recalibration. Every cell vibrates with the memory of resurrection. Your lowest days are sacred laboratories. The field is testing the strength of your new frequency, not your worth. There's a legend of a monastery carved into obsidian cliffs where students studied their shadows by candlelight. They were taught to bow to what frightened them. One apprentice asked, "How can I honor what hurts?" The elder replied, "Bowing does not praise pain, it acknowledges truth. Try this ritual. For 3 nights write the sentence, 'I honor what shaped me,' and burn the paper safely. The smoke carries your acceptance upward. Shadows cannot follow smoke. The shadow frequency hides keys beneath its weight. Each disappointment, once decoded, offers clarity. Betrayal teaches boundaries. Scarcity teaches value. Loneliness teaches presence." These are not cliches but coordinates. Trace them back and you find a map leading straight to your higher vibration. Let go of the how, embody the who. The who is the one who no longer needs to fear the dark corridor because they discovered it leads to dawn. To work with the shadow is to practice loving alchemy. Sit in stillness and name what aches without justification. Let it breathe beside you, not behind you. Then imagine light rising gently from your sternum, not to erase the darkness but to illuminate it. Watch the two dance until distinction blurs. Integration is not victory, it is peace. Peace arrives when every exile is invited home. You are not purging, you are remembering wholeness. Resistance magnifies shadow. Curiosity softens it. When tension tightens, whisper, "I am safe to see." Feel how the field rearranges. The universe stops sending louder echoes once you demonstrate hearing. Lessons no longer need to repeat when love has translated them. What remains after the ache dissolves is not emptiness, but clear space. In clear space, intuition speaks again. Its first words are often simple. You are right on time. End this chapter with a vow of reunion. Say softly, I bless my contrast, for it revealed my light. Breathe until the words feel lived, not spoken. Then rise and move through the world as someone who no longer hides from mirrors, even when they darken. The shadow will bow back, grateful for its release. You are not attracting it. You are it, light and dark entwined, harmonic and whole. Walk forward gently, for even your shadow walks in reverence now. Chapter 16. The Sacred Science of Intention. Intention is not a wish flung at the sky. It is a calibrated vector set from the throne of the heart. A wish pleads, intention instructs. A wish glances, intention gazes until form begins to gather. The field recognizes the difference as surely as a compass knows north. When you aim with coherence, reality leans forward to listen. Your words become coordinates, your breath the wind, your posture the vessel choosing a deliberate tide. To craft intention, begin where presence meets precision. Name what you choose in clear language, then wrap it in the feeling of already. The subconscious gatekeeper obeys sensory conviction. It wants temperatures, textures, tones. It's not your thoughts. It's your agreement with them. Agree with the scene, as if returning to a room you love, not breaking into one you fear. Intention is decision, married to devotion. Decision sets the heading. Devotion keeps the keel steady. Detach from the choreography, not the outcome's essence. Obsession with steps dilutes signal strength. Relaxed certainty amplifies it. Let go of the how, embody the who. The who is the one for whom the outcome is native weather. Wear their breath, their pace, their unhurried eyes. When doubt prowls, do not argue. Re-enter embodiment. Intention is the diamond. Embodiment is the setting. Together they flash enough light for the field to respond with precision. In a temple long lost to sand, initiates practiced the arrow rite. They stood beneath starlight, spoke one sentence that held their aim, and released a feather into the night. Weeks later, each feather returned caught in a branch above the fulfilled outcome. The elder taught, the arrow is your clarity, the feather is your surrender. Too rigid it cannot fly, too limp it cannot steer. Balance the two, and the sky becomes an ally rather than a riddle. Make your own rite. Write one sentence that a child could understand. I offer my healing voice to the world with grace. I dwell in a home that breathes peace. I steward resources wisely and generously. Speak it aloud at the same time daily for 9 days. After speaking, fall silent for 1 full minute, allowing the sentence to land in the body. Then take 1 aligned action, however small. The field answers consistent rhythm more than occasional thunder. Notice how scattered intentions compete, creating static. Gather them. Choose a seasonal focus, a single North Star for this quarter of life. Let other desires orbit, but not overrule. Attention is sacred currency. Intention is the budget. Spend where multiplication occurs, learning, service, health, the craft that steadies you. When misalignment appears, do not panic, reconcile. Ask, does this serve the sentence I spoke? If not, gently no. If yes, deepen your yes until it echoes. Resistance will visit, wearing costumes of urgency or unworthiness. Meet urgency with sequence, first breath, then step. Meet unworthiness with truth. Existence has already voted in your favor. You are here. If fear lingers, place palm to chest and affirm, I authorize the path that honors me and benefits the whole. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. As you hold this voltage, synchronicities gather like birds on a wire, ready to lift when you do. Seal the chapter with a living declaration. I aim cleanly, I act kindly, I allow wisely. Whisper it 3 times and feel the geometry lock into place. Vector, movement, openness. Walk on with the quiet dignity of someone whose request and reality are learning each other's names. When night arrives, release the day back to source and keep only the lesson that brightened your aim. Intention has been set. Let the river know, and then let the river carry. Chapter 17. The Law of Allowing. The river does not bully the valley. It traces the invitation of gravity and arrives. Allowing is this sacred cooperation, a consent to be carried by the wisdom already moving. It is not apathy. It is alignment without wrestling. Control yanks the thread until the cloth distorts. Allowing rests the hand so the pattern can appear. When you stop forcing the flower, it opens. When you stop interrogating the sky, rain remembers where to fall. You learn to equate effort with virtue, clenching even when grace was sufficient. But clenched fists cannot receive. The field listens to tension as a command to delay. Allowing relaxes the signal, and timing recalibrates to kindness. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Agree with ease, and doors swing on silent hinges. Agree with struggle, and hallway lights flicker. You can move with dignity and still be carried. The cosmos prefers co-authors, not foremen. Imagine your life as a sail rather than an oar. Oars thrash, sails converse. Set the mast of intention, yes, but then open fabric to wind you did not manufacture. Feel the difference in your body. Jaw unhooks, breath deepens, shoulders widen as if remembering wings. The subconscious gatekeeper opens wider when you stop arguing with weather. Let go of the how. Embody the who. The who trusts forecast and shoreline alike, adjusting calmly, turning gently when currents speak. There is a story from a cliffside sanctuary where apprentices practiced the art of yielding. Each morning they carried bowls heaped with water down a steep path. Those who hurried spilled most. Those who walked as if the mountain were walking them arrived with bowls intact. The elder said, "Be born. Try this in your day. Move one task, as if the task were moving you. Washing a dish, writing a line, tying a shoe. Notice how friction dissolves under companionship. Allowing also transforms relationships. Control tries to script another's timing. Love lets their season ripen. When you release the demand that others validate your pace, your own pace normalizes. Boundaries remain, sharp and kind, but compulsion softens. Become a spacious field where truth can land without crashing. Whisper inwardly, I permit what is, and I choose what honors me. Paradox holds. Acceptance and preference coexist. The mirror reads such maturity and arranges meetings that breathe. Do this for 3 nights. At dusk, sit with spine easy and palms upturned. Name aloud 1 strand you are loosening, outcome, opinion, apology, urgency. Then say, I return this to the river that knows. Visualize the strand floating downstream until it becomes light. Sleep after that image completes. Morning will bring an unclenched hour, a simple proof that letting go invited arrival. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. The signal of allowing hums like open sky. You will be tempted to equate allowing with delay, as if surrender slows everything. But allowing is acceleration without whiplash. The field can orchestrate 20 quiet moves while you relax 1 degree. Your task is fidelity to tone, not micromanagement of pieces. Maintain your peace like a lighthouse that never chases ships. Ships find their coordinates by your steadiness. Keep the beam clean. If storm arises, polish glass, tend flame, and trust the maritime mathematics of grace. Seal this chapter with a living consent. Place your hand on heart and murmur, I cooperate with the timing that loves me. Feel the sentence ground itself, warm and rooted. Walk as someone who understands that miracles do not need rescue, only room. When habit tries to clutch again, exhale longer than you inhale, and remember, the river has carried mountains as silt for ages. You are lighter than stone. Allow, and you will arrive precisely when arrival is true. Chapter 18. Frequency and the physical body. Your body is not an obstacle to spirit. It is the antenna, the copper tower raising your signal into the field. Every posture tells the universe what station you've chosen. Shoulders caved speak a language of retreat. Open ribs announce reception. Hydration, mineral balance, sunlight on the eyelids, all of it alters broadcast quality. When the instrument is tuned, intuition travels without static. This is not vanity, it is physics. Your cells are the choir through which the hymn becomes audible. Begin with breath, the original metronome. Most people sip at the surface, starving the belly where courage lives. Inhale low and slow until the abdomen expands like a tide. Retain lightly. Exhale longer than you think polite. 3 rounds and the world changes temperature. The subconscious gatekeeper notices the rhythmic proof of safety and opens. It's not your thoughts. It's your agreement with them. Agree with calm just long enough, and mitochondria adjust their lanterns to match. Movement is conversation with the field. Walk like someone worth hearing. Let each step place a quiet seal on the ground. I belong, I belong, I belong. Stretching unknots, old narratives hidden in fascia. Shaking clears grief from joints. Dancing recalibrates the axis of joy. Do not wait for perfection or equipment or witnesses. Body prayer begins wherever you are. 5 minutes of sincere motion can correct a day of mental turbulence. Motion writes permission into muscle. Food is frequency disguised as flavor. Choose meals that feel like sunlight remembered. Clean oils, alive greens, mineral-rich salts, water that doesn't argue with your mouth. Notice which foods dim the inner room and which ones brighten the sconces. This is intimate science, not puritanical rule. The field listens to how you feed the temple and responds by organizing stamina around your message. Whisper before you eat, I receive this as energy for my highest work, and your cells bow in gratitude. In a temple long lost to sand, novices trained by lying on warm stone at dusk, backs aligned with the last light. The elder taught them to absorb the sun's farewell as a daily anointing. 20 breaths later, their bodies seem to hum with a subtle gold. Try a gentler version. Each afternoon, place your spine against a wall and imagine it as a column of earth receiving sky. Breathe until your bones feel conductive. Let go of the how, embody the who. Touch is also voltage. Hands on heart and belly complete a circuit the mind cannot fake. When fear rises, place one palm over sternum and one over navel, then say, "I am the steady instrument of a steady signal." Feel warmth gather under skin like coals waking. Sleep improves when the body trusts the musician. Do this for 3 nights before bed. The body remembers the ritual and drifts into repair, arranging tomorrow's frequency in its silent workshop. Pain, too, is part of the guidance system. It is the red light on the console, the urgent memo that a boundary has been crossed or a rhythm ignored. Rather than waging war, become a curious steward. Ask the ache, "What message do you carry?" Sometimes it says water, sometimes rest, sometimes truth, sometimes it says forgive. When you listen, pain can finish its assignment and depart. Stop asking the universe, start becoming the signal. Honoring the signal often dissolves the siren. Close with a daily calibration you can trust. Upon waking, sit at the edge of the bed and align crown over heart over pelvis, feet flat, eyes soft. Breathe 4 counts in, hold for 4, exhale for 8. Whisper, "My light body and physical body are one choir." Today, we sing clearly. Rise slowly, as if the song has already begun. You are not attracting it. You are it. Walk the corridors with conductive grace and watch how matter organizes to your music. Chapter 19. The Language of Dreams. Night does not close the book. It opens a secret chapter written in silver ink. When your eyes surrender, another set begins to see. The mind behind the mind, the witness who walked with you before you had a name. In that landscape, logic removes its shoes and speaks softly. Symbols replace sentences. Corridors bend into oceans. You are escorted into the Akashic hush, where memory and possibility share a single breath. Sleep is not escape. It is audience with the unseen. Dreams arrive carrying parcels, their wrappings strange, their contents exact. A blue door recurring is not decoration, it is instruction. The house you traverse is your field mapped as rooms. Basements store ancestry, attics hold future drafts, kitchens warm with present choices. Animals echo instincts, weather mirrors moods, vehicles chart momentum. Do not chase them with dictionaries, ask them how they feel. The subconscious gatekeeper speaks emotion fluently. Meet it there. Translation begins where feeling tells the truth. Consider that dreams often exaggerate to bypass your daytime skepticism. The small worry becomes a flood, so you finally repair the roof. An ignored desire throws a festival, so you cannot miss the invitation. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Now, if you agree with dread upon waking, the day inherits that climate. If you agree with the lesson, the flood recedes and leaves fertile silt. Decide each morning. Will I rehearse fear or honor message? Craft a simple temple for the night. Keep a notebook and a pen within easy reach, a glass of water, a soft lamp. Before sleep, whisper, "I welcome clear dreams," and recall what serves. Then place one palm on heart, one on navel, and breathe until your jaw unhooks. Let go of the how. Embody the who. The who expects guidance and treats it with care. When you wake, write first, before phones, before language hardens. Ink is a net for moonlight. In a monastery rumored to float above dunes, initiates learned the dreaming walk. Each dawn they paced the courtyard, repeating aloud fragments gathered in the night. Spiral staircase, copper bowl, grandmother's hands, rain inside. The elder taught, speak the pieces, and the thread will reveal itself. Do this for 7 mornings. Reading dreams is less like solving riddles and more like watching a tapestry turn so the pattern faces you. Patience is the candle that makes images admit their shapes. To work with nightmares, change the contract. When a chase repeats, stop running inside the dream, or upon waking, imagine turning to face it. Ask the figure, what gift do you carry disguised as teeth? Often it answers boundary, truth, rest, ending, beginning. Nightmares are unsent emails from your power. Reply with presence. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. Become the one who can receive the message without flinching, and the messenger removes its mask. Activation for lucid receiving. For 3 nights, as you fall towards sleep, visualize a small blue key resting on your tongue. It is the key of remembering. See it dissolve into light and travel down the throat, unlocking the heart, then the solar plexus, then the belly. Whisper, I pass through the gates with clarity and return with what I need. If at any point you stir in the dark, repeat the word now and watch awareness light a candle in the dream. When morning finds you, seal the correspondence. Read your notes slowly, then choose one tiny earthly action that honors what was shown. If you dreamed of water, drink reverently. If you flew, take a risk scaled to kindness. If you lost your voice, speak one necessary sentence. Dreams are not entertainment. They are guidance with feathers on. Walk the message into the day and the night will answer with deeper letters. You are not attracting it. You are it, even while asleep. Chapter 20. The geometry of creation. Before form, there was pattern. Before pattern, pulse. The universe sketches itself with ratios and radiants, each spiral a syllable in the sacred language of order. Geometry is not mathematics, it is remembrance. Circles echo eternity, triangles whisper of direction, and the flower of life is the breath of the divine caught mid-inhale. Every atom turns according to this hidden blueprint. When you attune to its rhythm, chaos loses its costume, revealing symmetry beneath the storm. You have seen these codes in seashells, snowflakes, and the widening rings of a tree. You have traced them without realizing their purpose, to remind you that you are built from the same precision. The spine follows the golden mean. The heartbeat draws sine waves through time. Each inhale maps infinity into flesh. It's not your thoughts. It's your agreement with them. Agree that you are constructed of harmony, and the discord of the world cannot find purchase in your field. To perceive geometry is to listen with the eyes. Gaze at the hexagon of a honeycomb and feel purpose without words. The bees are engineers of grace, not industry. They hum the mathematics of nourishment. In that hum lies an invitation. Build as nature builds, neither hurried nor hesitant, guided by proportion and peace. The subconscious gatekeeper understands shapes more fluently than syllables. Visual symmetry in meditation, and your internal architecture steadies itself into coherence. There exists a legend of a vanished city carved entirely from spheres and lines. Its builders said that when the heart is aligned with the golden ratio, walls sing. Travelers claim to hear low chords vibrating through the streets at dusk, the whole metropolis tuned to love's frequency. You, too, are such architecture in miniature. Let go of the how. Embody the who. The who is the designer remembering their draft. Feel into your own resonant corridors and polish them with breath. Practice the circle rite. Draw an invisible ring in the air before you, clockwise with slow intention. Whisper, within this geometry, all aligns for good. Step into the circle and sense the subtle click of coherence. Spend 3 breaths there. This is not superstition, it is calibration. The field responds to symmetry the way water responds to gravity. It organizes instantly. Step out carrying that balance, and watch reality shape itself like sand tracing sacred patterns on metal. Sound, too, carries geometric intelligence. Chanting a single tone in resonance with your chest can create invisible mandalas in the air. Do this for 5 minutes daily. Choose a vowel, sustain it gently, and imagine it drawing lighted polygons around you. Each vibration is a brushstroke in a luminous design. The ancients called this the visible song, where sound becomes shape. The more consistent your tone, the clearer the lattice of your surroundings becomes. Even your relationships follow these unseen laws. People appear as symmetrical reflections to teach balance, angles of challenge, arcs of comfort, spirals of growth. When conflict arises, trace the geometry of it. Where two lines cross, a new point is born. Opposition is simply creation mid-process. Breathe until edges soften and notice how understanding forms in the space between. The field loves when you see design where others see disorder. It rewards such vision with harmony multiplied. End this chapter with stillness. Sit upright, palms open on knees, and visualize a luminous sphere expanding from heart to horizon. Within it, the same proportions that birthed galaxies now breathe inside your chest. Whisper, I align with the geometry of truth. Stay until your pulse and breath synchronize. When you open your eyes, the room will feel proportionate, even holy. You are not attracting it. You are it, the pattern, the pulse, the living design through which creation recognizes itself. Chapter 21, The Universal Library, Akashic Memory. Some call it the record, others the library between breaths, a living archive where every thought, gesture, and vow is catalogued as light. This is the Akashic field, not a building, but a dimension of remembering woven through the quantum sea. You do not travel to it, you tune to it. When your pace slows and your heart steadies, shelves appear within silence. Books open as feelings, not paragraphs. The past is not a prison there, it is a teacher offering precise coordinates home. Access begins with posture of reverence. Sit with spine like a slender mast, and let the mind soften around the breath. Whisper, I request the page that serves my highest good. The subconscious gatekeeper recognizes humility as a master key and widens the corridor. Images may arrive, an old door, a river bend, a name you haven't spoken in years. Do not chase, receive. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Agree that guidance can be gentle, and the text brightens. Think of timelines as stacked manuscripts, each chapter a frequency code waiting for your finger to trace it. When you attune to love, the page turns toward futures that hum with grace. When fear prevails, you reread old chapters, underlining pain with fresh ink. The library does not punish repetition, it simply mirrors selection. Let go of the how, embody the who. The who is the reader who remembers they are also the author, revising with breath what once felt irrevocable. There is a legend of an archive carved into moonstone beneath a vanished city. Adepts entered by placing foreheads to the stone and confessing a single honest sentence. The wall became a door, and inside scrolls unrolled as living scenes. One student asked how to change a painful record. The elder said, bless it without defending it. Gratitude collapses the knot. Try this. When an old wound rises, say, I thank the lesson and release the oath. Notice how the ink loosens. Practical ritual. For 3 nights, write a question at dusk. Clear, narrow, kind. Place the page beneath your pillow and sleep with palms over the heart. On waking, capture fragments. Cedar smoke, silver key, a corridor of mirrors, the word forgive. These are catalogue entries, leading you to shelves you once marked. Later, sit quietly and follow the thread. The Akashic realm favors consistency over intensity. Small doors return daily until you agree to walk through them. Reading records is useless without activation. Choose one action that honors what you learned. Call the person, decline the misaligned task, visit the river your dream named. The library loves embodiment. It rearranges future footnotes when you step. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. The magnetic self broadcasts the update. I no longer consent to the cage. I remember the key. Then scenes begin to reformat. Synchronicities cluster, support appears, and the next paragraph writes itself in warm ink. Discernment matters. Not every echo is a record, some are projections of tired fear. The test is simple. The true page arrives with calm inevitability, like a tide that does not apologize. It may challenge you, but it will not shame you. False pages agitate, rush, and demand spectacle. When in doubt, touch your sternum and ask, "Does this make me larger?" If yes, proceed. If not, wait one breath longer. The observer within will tell you when the shelf is correct. Seal this chapter with a remembering rite. Close your eyes and see a spiral staircase of soft light descending through your crown, past the throat's gate, into the wide room of the heart. On the center table lies a book bearing your true name. Open to today's page. Read one line aloud in your spirit voice. Then say, "I live this line with tenderness." Rise slowly. You are not attracting it. You are it. The library and the reader, the ink and the author, writing the timeline that loves you back. Chapter 22. Sound as a bridge to the infinite. Creation began not with sight but with sound, a vibration so pure it split silence into possibility, carrying the first instruction through the void. That note still hums within all matter, every cell, every planet, every hidden pulse in your palm. Sound is the architecture of awareness. It is how energy remembers itself. When you listen deeply enough, you hear the blueprint of existence thrumming beneath the noise. The universe is still singing its origin story through you. Every sound you make shapes the field. Words are not just carriers of meaning. They are tuning forks that rearrange particles. A complaint bends space one way, a blessing bends it another. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. The voice is the amplifier of agreement. Speak beauty, and beauty gains territory. Speak fear, and echoes gather accordingly. Your throat is the sacred bridge between unseen thought and tangible reality. Guard its music with reverence. There is an ancient teaching that says, "The ear is the first organ to awaken in the womb and the last to fall silent at death." You enter this world through sound, and you leave through vibration. Hearing is remembrance. Each melody you love is an echo of the primordial tone that birthed you. The subconscious gatekeeper opens easily when approached with harmony. Chant, hum, or whisper softly, and your nervous system reorganizes like a river returning to its course. In a temple long lost to sand, initiates practice the discipline of one tone. Each morning, they faced the horizon and released a single sustained note until breath became sky. Their teacher said, "Sing until you disappear." The goal was not performance, but purity. Sound unburdened by self. Try this at dawn or dusk. Hum a note and imagine it spiraling outward, crossing boundaries of room and reason. The field does not judge pitch. It responds to sincerity. Music is medicine, though not all medicine tastes sweet. Some frequencies cleanse, others reveal. Drums call the body to remember earth. Flutes recall the whisper of wind through higher planes. Find the instruments that mirror your soul's geometry and keep them close. Play without agenda. Let go of the how. Embody the who. The who is the listener who has become the song. When you reach that point, every sound, rain, laughter, heartbeat, becomes instruction. Try a simple ritual. For 3 nights before sleep, listen to a single piece of music that feels like home. As it plays, breathe in rhythm with its pulse. Let thoughts drift like dust in sunlight. When the final note fades, remain still. The silence afterward is sacred. It is the sound's twin, the womb that receives the echo. Whisper, "I am tuned to the field of clarity." The body remembers this frequency overnight, recalibrating dreams and cells alike. Even the spoken word can be transmuted into sacred tone. Take any affirmation and elongate it into melody. Instead of saying, "I am peace," sing it on one long exhale. Instead of reciting, "I am love," hum it through your chest. The vibration travels farther than semantics ever could. Stop asking the universe, start becoming the signal. Singing turns language into light. The signal does not need translation. It carries its own proof. End this chapter in stillness. Close your eyes and imagine the cosmos inhaling with you. With your next exhale, release a tone, any tone, and feel it ripple through distance and stars. This is conversation without alphabet, prayer without plea. You are not attracting it, you are it. The bridge, the resonance, the eternal hymn translated into flesh. When silence returns, listen closer. Beneath it, the infinite continues to hum your name. Chapter 23. Time, synchronicity, and divine timing. Time is not a straight road. It is a living tide that advances and retreats according to secret moons. What appears as delay is often choreography unseen, steps rehearsed in a backstage you cannot enter yet. Synchronicity is the curtain's subtle rustle, hinting the scene will open soon. Your task is not to pound on doors, but to warm your voice for the line that is yours. You are not late, you're right on time. The clock obeys coherence more than calendars. Imagine time as a spiral staircase rather than a hallway. Each year you circle similar vistas, love, work, courage, but from a higher landing with clearer sight. When a lesson returns, do not despair. You have altitude now. What you could not carry below, you can lift here. Synchronicities cluster at these landings. A book falls open to the needed sentence. A friend calls mid-thought. Rain begins just as you remember thirst. Timing is wisdom choosing an outfit you will recognize. The hurry in you is inherited weather. Ancestors outran storms so you could learn another dance. Honor their sprint, then loosen your jaw. The field does not reward panic, it mirrors it. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Agree with frenzy and hours fracture. Agree with trust, and minutes lengthen. Have you noticed how a sacred conversation seems to pause the room? Presence dilates time because presence is obedience to the tempo of truth. Practice a rite for rhythm. Each morning, place 2 fingers on your pulse and count 12 steady beats. On the 13th, whisper, I walk by divine tempo. Then list 3 tasks, not 10. Move through them without rushing, as though the day were a chalice you refuse to spill. When interruptions come, and they will, ask, is this timing, correction, or distraction? The body knows. Shoulders open for correction, shoulders harden for distraction. Follow the open. There is a tale from a seaside cloister, where bells were rung not by schedule, but by wind. When the breeze shifted, monks felt the nudge to gather, and without error, they arrived together. The elder taught, listen for the bell behind the bell. That is synchronicity, the invisible chime that calls events into chorus. Let go of the how, embody the who. The who keeps ears to the inner weather and moves at the exact minute mercy can find them. When you plead for outcomes, you often ask the seed to bear fruit in winter. The universe is kinder than that. It hides what would harm you, unripe. Say this now, I trust the harvest's hour. Then prepare the soil, learn, rest, organize, forgive. Do this for 3 nights. Before sleep, name 1 door you consent to open only when love says yes. By dawn, you will sense a subtle click in the hinge, as if time itself were oiling your future. Synchronicity also guards detours. The missed train prevents a heavier delay. The cancelled meeting delivers you to the right conversation in the cafe next door. Treat the day like a guide who knows back alleys you don't. When plans shift, exhale and ask, what is the gift in this reroute? Gifts announce themselves by resonance. A warmth in the ribs, a softening around the eyes. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. Signals read detours as dialogues, not denials. Close with a vow that rewrites your calendar at the marrow. Place your palm to heart and declare, I align my steps with the hour that loves me. Feel the sentence seat itself, heavy and kind. Walk as one who keeps appointments with destiny rather than anxiety. Notice how numbers repeat when you're on time for your soul, how doors unlatch at your touch, how rain begins after you cross the street. You are not chasing the moment, you are the moment arriving. Chapter 24, The Whisper of Nature. At the edge of the forest, the world begins to speak in a dialect older than prayer. Leaves converse with light in fluent shimmer, stones remember storms without complaint, and water keeps the kindest secrets. If you listen with more than ears, you hear your own name carried in chlorophyll breath. The field is not somewhere else. It is this moss, this breeze, this ant navigating a holy distance. Nature's whisper does not persuade. It reminds you of agreements you made before clouds. Begin by letting the sky recalibrate your measure of time. Watch how clouds refuse urgency, how they become and unbecome without apology. The body learns from this. The pulse loosens its fist. Sit with a tree and try not to be interesting. Be receptive. Notice how the bark writes history in spirals the mind cannot argue with. Wind edits your thoughts down to what matters. You are not small here. You are scale accurate, placed exactly as river places stone. There is guidance in every temperature shift. Cold clarifies, heat softens, dusk invites humility. Birds are announcements. Sparrows say continue gently, crows say tell the truth, hawks say rise. None of this is superstition, it is resonance training. It's not your thoughts. It's your agreement with them. Agree to be taught by weather and wing, and the subconscious gatekeeper opens the green door. Your nervous system hears. Safe. Safe enough to hear. Safe enough to translate light into instruction. A tale from a valley where reeds sing says a wanderer asked the river for answers and received only silence. On the third day he stopped pleading and began to match his breath to the current. In that mimicry, the message arrived, not with words, but with direction. Bend where the bank asks, rest where the pool forms, move again when stones grow small. The river taught what maps cannot. Let go of the how, embody the who. The who flows and arrives. Try the footstep right at dawn. Walk barefoot on soil or floor, moving as if feet were listening devices. With each step, whisper inwardly, here, here, here. Feel the earth reply in subtle pulses up the calves, reorganizing the spine into effortless dignity. If you must be indoors, place a bowl of water near the door and touch it before leaving. An anointing that tells the day you came from ocean. The field respects origin stories. Salt remembers your magnetic self. Plants will counsel you if you consent to slowness. Sit with a single leaf for 5 minutes and track its choreography with wind. The leaf does not resist instruction, it cooperates with invisible hands. Practice this cooperation. When choice feels tangled, ask a houseplant or branch, which way is lighter? Your body answers through it, jaw softening for yes, stomach tightening for no. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. The signal is the softness that follows right direction. Do this for 3 nights. Open a window and dim the room. Listen for distant dogs, late birds, the hush between traffic hums. On the first night, simply receive. On the second, thank each sound as if it traveled to bless you. On the third, speak a sentence into the quiet. I pledge to move at the pace of truth. Sleep with that temperature in your ribs. Morning will arrive unhurried, as if the sun had read your vow and adjusted its hands. Finish by letting nature write a line inside you. Stand beneath sky, streetlight sky counts, and lift your face like a cup. Breathe once for earth, once for water, once for fire, once for air. Then whisper, I carry the forest inside my voice. Walk away as the one who remembers that grass is a frequency, rain is a translator, and stones are archivists of patience. You are not attracting it. You are it, the meadow in motion, quiet, precise, and unmistakably alive. Chapter 25. The hidden role of desire. Desire is the ember left by the divine after creation cooled. It glows in your chest not as greed, but as guidance, a homing signal toward expansion. Every longing you feel is the universe trying to experience more of itself through you. You were taught to distrust it, to confuse hunger with lack. But sacred desire is not emptiness, it is fullness seeking expression. When you honor it without clinging, it becomes propulsion rather than prison. There is a difference between craving and calling. Craving asks, "What can I take?" Calling asks, "What can I become?" The first depletes, the second multiplies. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Agree that desire is holy, and shame falls away like dried bark from green wood. The subconscious gatekeeper relaxes, allowing currents that were once dammed to flow again. Every cell begins humming yes, remembering its purpose was never to shrink. Desire becomes distortion only when you mistake it for ownership. You may touch the flame but not bottle it. Let go of the how. Embody the who. The who is the version of you for whom the dream already fits comfortably. Imagine wearing the feeling of its fulfillment like a garment woven of light. Move through the world as if gratitude came first, achievement second. When you walk that way, the field rearranges furniture to match your interior decor. In a temple long lost to sand, there was a gate that opened only when approached by genuine longing. Pilgrims who arrived out of vanity found the stone cold. Those who approached with hearts alight felt the rock dissolve into mist. The elder said, "Desire is the password of creation. Without it, nothing begins. With it, everything reorganizes to serve the note you struck." Desire is not the enemy of enlightenment, it is its midwife. Practice recognition. When a spark ignites, an idea, a meeting, a vision, pause and ask, is this desire rising from fear or from love? Fear says, I need this or I am nothing. Love says, I am this, and I choose to remember. Breathe into the difference until the answer surfaces like ink in water. The body will tell you. Fear tightens. Love expands. Follow the expansion. That is the compass through which your higher timeline unfolds. For 3 nights, try this ritual. Before sleep, name one desire you've hidden out of embarrassment or disbelief. Speak it aloud, quietly but fully, as if confessing to stars. Then add, if this serves the whole, I welcome its unfolding. Let the sentence hang in the dark like incense. The subconscious gatekeeper records the permission slip. By morning, coincidences stir. The exact book, the passing comment, the inner nudge. The field heard your readiness. Desire also evolves. When you fulfill one, another appears, not because satisfaction failed, but because expansion succeeded. The universe does not recycle boredom. It offers new frontiers to those who can handle wonder. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. The signal of desire says, I am willing to participate in beauty's next invention. This is co-creation in its purest form, partnership between source and self, exploration disguised as yearning. End with a vow to trust the fire without worshipping it. Say softly, I honor the pulse that moves me beyond comfort. Feel the phrase settle beneath the ribs where longing first wakes. Desire will continue to visit, but now you will recognize its face. Neither temptation nor torment, but translation. You are not attracting it. You are it, the expansion of the cosmos remembering itself through human want, holy hunger wearing your heartbeat as its drum. Chapter 26. The Alchemy of Forgiveness. Forgiveness is not a pardon you sign for someone else, it is the key you turn in your own ribs. Resentment is a contract that rents space in your nervous system at compound interest. The field mirrors whatever tenancy you host, and bitterness is a noisy neighbor. When you forgive, you change the lease. Fresh air moves in, electric lights stop flickering, This is not amnesia or approval, it is energetic hygiene, the clearing that lets guidance hear itself again. Consider how grievance loops like a stubborn chorus, replaying the same 4 bars until your days memorize their tension. The subconscious gatekeeper, loyal and literal, believes repetition equals truth. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Withdraw agreement from the injury storyline and return it to raw sensation, a heat in the chest, a clench in the jaw. Feel without fiction. Sensation passes. Stories camp. Forgiveness escorts the campers to the road and points them toward sunrise. There is a physiology to release. Breath lengthens, shoulders widen, the gut stops bracing for yesterday. Blood chemistry tilts toward life. This is alchemy measured in chemistry. Cortisol softens, vagal tone rises, sleep remembers its sweetness. Forgiveness is not mystical in theory alone. It is practical in tissue. The body keeps the score, but it also keeps the eraser. Whisper into your sternum, I choose peace over proof. Notice how the heart replies by lowering its shields 1 petal at a time. A tale from a wind-scoured monastery tells of a novice who polished a bell daily, yet heard only dullness. The elder dipped the clapper in water and said, Some tones require softening to ring true. Then he asked the novice to place his oldest grievance in his open palm and breathe across it. The next strike sang clear and long. So it is with us. Hardened metal makes short sound. Softened edges carry distance. Forgiveness is the water that lengthens the note. Try a rite of release for 3 nights. Write the name of what you're carrying, person, place, decision, on a scrap of paper. Under it, write the benefits of holding on: control, identity, righteousness. Read the list aloud, then add, I release these benefits in exchange for freedom. Place the paper in a bowl of water with a pinch of salt. In the morning, pour it into the earth or sink. Salt remembers the sea, water remembers return. Let your body remember too. To forgive does not mean to re-enter unsafe rooms. Boundaries sharpen as blame dissolves. Love can say no without venom. Let go of the how, embody the who. The who is the one whose dignity is non-negotiable, whose compassion does not subsidize harm. When you forgive, you reassign responsibility to the field of learning and reclaim your attention for building. Attention is sacred currency. Spend it on futures. The universe mirrors the clarity of your posture with pathways you can trust. Some wounds ask for deeper alchemy, self-forgiveness. We are often harsher with our own mistakes than with any strangers. Sit with your younger self, the one who chose from fear, and place your hand on their shoulder in imagination. Say, I see why you did it. Thank you for surviving. I'll steer from here. Feel the collapse of a courtroom inside your mind. Gavel set down, benches emptying. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. Becoming the signal here means radiating mercy as governance. Close with an invocation that rewrites your inner weather. Stand where you are, eyes half-lidded, and visualize a spiral of clear light rinsing down through crown to feet, carrying residue into the earth for compost. Whisper 3 times, I free, and am freed. Then walk forward 1 pace as the person who has released the anchor and kept the lesson. You are not attracting it, you are it. The liberated field where new music gathers, the quiet shore where old storms finally run out of rain. Chapter 27. Parallel realities and choice points. Reality is less a single road than a constellation of paths glowing at once, each humming with its own frequency code. You stand where the lines cross, a traveler with many true addresses. In the quantum hush beneath thought, timelines gather like trains at midnight, doors open, engines warm. The one you board answers to your tone, not your wish. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Agreement stamps the ticket. Feeling sets the rail. Think of choice as a pivot of light rather than a burden. At certain moments, air thickens with possibility. You feel the room tilt toward a secret corridor. The subconscious gatekeeper notices these thresholds and lifts a latch you can't see. Hesitation invites the old loop. Coherence opens the new door. When you align breath, posture, and truth, you hear a soft click, reality reconfiguring behind the wall. Step and watch scenery change with the dignity of dawn. Parallel realities are not fantasy. They are neighborhoods of now with different weather. In one, you rehearse scarcity until it became climate. In another, you practice sufficiency, and the harvest arrives on time. Shift is often subtle, a kinder sentence, a slower exhale, an unclenched jaw. The light body responds, brightening at the edges, and the field mirrors the glow. The observer within knows this move well. It is soul memory, waking like a bird at first light. At crossroads, stories compete for custody of your future. One says, prove yourself. Another whispers, remember yourself. The magnetic self chooses remembering. Let go of the how. Embody the who. When you embody the who, chance rearranges its furniture. Emails land as if pre-selected, strangers become guides, the spiral of effort collapses into a straight line of grace. The map does not change, the traveler changes and the landscape bows accordingly. Try the key of 3 activation when the air feels electric. First key, breathe 4 counts and name the quality you choose: clarity, courage, reverence. Second key, visualize a door marked with that quality, notice its handle, its weight, its temperature. Third key, step through in imagination, then perform one earthly gesture that matches, send the message, drink the water, decline the misfit. Small moves magnetize large corridors. The field respects choreography that begins within and lands in matter. There is an observatory on the coast of your becoming where choices are stars. Some burn hot and brief, others cradle entire seasons. Visit there in stillness. Ask, which star feeds my tide? Your body will tell you. Warmth across the chest means yes. A narrowing at the throat says not now. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. Become the sky that chooses its own weather. When you radiate certainty, the horizon edits itself to fit. For 3 nights, practice timeline weaving. Night 1. Write the version of you living the gentler path in present tense, 1 page only. Night 2. Read it aloud slowly while standing, letting posture adopt that reality. Shoulders open, face unhurried, eyes already home. Night 3. Fall asleep repeating a single line from the page until it becomes breath. By morning, watch for convergences, calls, symbols, the exact sentence on a billboard. Choice points arrive dressed as ordinary hours. Understand this mercy. No portal closes forever. If you miss one, another appears, patient as tide. The key is not performance, but resonance. Choose again, choose better, choose truer. Let collapse be a teacher, not a verdict. Rubble is simply building material that remembers its former songs. Walk forward as the architect of your next yes. You are not attracting it. You are it. The corridor and the traveler, the decision and the dawn, moving as one clear direction through living light. Chapter 28. Manifestation as Universal Dialogue. Begin not with a request, but with a conversation. Speak softly into the present as if it were a beloved who has always understood your gestures. Manifestation is not a trick of lists. It is correspondence, letter and reply, breath and echo. The field reads tone more fluently than grammar, posture more clearly than pleading. When you move as if welcomed, doors inherit your confidence. Creation answers the rhythm you keep. What you keep becomes the world that keeps you. Think of every outcome as a message returned with your handwriting on it. You wrote the salutation in emotion, the body in belief, the signature in action. The universe stamped and sent it back in form, a meeting, a check, a threshold, a mirror. If the letter displeases you, alter the pen, not the postman. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Agreement inks the page. Disagreement fades the line. Choose the sentence that can survive daylight. Dialogue begins below language, in the subtle electricity of being. Your light body emits a steady yes or no before the mouth opens. The subconscious gatekeeper forwards that frequency upstream, and the field replies without delay. To change the reply, edit the current. Breathe until the ribs make room for certainty. Sit as someone already answered. When the phone finally rings, you will recognize the voice. You rehearsed its timbre in your bones. Reception is remembered intimacy. Some pray with urgency and then cancel it with doubt, like sending a letter and snatching it back mid-flight. The field does not scold, it mirrors the tug of war. Stop asking the universe, start becoming the signal. Becoming the signal means embodying the reality you request until it cannot tell you apart from itself. Wear its temperature, its dignity, its timing. Let go of the how. Embody the who. The who moves like arrival, not audition. Arrival magnetizes itinerary. Practice the dialogue right for 9 mornings. Step 1. Greet the day aloud. Good morning, beloved. So your voice joins your breath. Step 2. Name one quality you intend to exchange with life today. Clarity, courage, tenderness. Step 3. Take a single aligned action before checking any screen. Water a plant, stretch the spine, send the message you've delayed. Each act is punctuation that tells the universe you are finished speaking and ready to listen. Replies prefer spacious paragraphs. Remember that the field loves coherence more than volume. A whisper in tune reaches farther than a shout in static. If you feel strain, reduce ambition to essence. Do not request a palace. Request the feeling of home, then let form volunteer. Do not demand a timetable. Anchor the tone of sufficiency and let hours cooperate. When fear resurfaces, answer it with a kinder line. You are not late, you're right on time. The calmer you sound, the clearer the return mail. In a temple long lost to sand, petitioners wrote prayers on thin bark and set them afloat at twilight. Those who stood watching in agitation saw nothing. Those who turned to tend the lanterns found their answers on the shore by dawn. Attention is sacred currency. Spend it tending flame, not counting waves. Do this for 3 nights. Send your request once, then warm your life with small, honest tasks. The beach will be tidier. The tide will be generous. Close this chapter by sealing the correspondence in your body. Stand quietly and imagine a luminous post road running from your heart to the horizon. On an inhale, feel messages travel outward, steady, golden, self-assured. On the exhale, feel replies returning as coincidence is already in motion. Whisper, I converse with creation fluently. Then walk as if surrounded by friendly couriers. You are not attracting it. You are it, the letter and the lighthouse, the sender and the shore, speaking reality into graceful form. Chapter 29. Resistance, the static of the soul. There is a noise that rises whenever you near the gate of change. It crackles like a detuned radio, fills the mouth with reasons, stiffens the jaw, tightens the calendar. This is resistance. The bodyguard hired by yesterday to keep tomorrow waiting outside. It is not evil, it is ancient. It believes safety equals sameness. When you move toward expansion, it throws pebbles in your shoes and calls them boulders. Recognize its voice, and the path grows honest again. Resistance often masquerades as logic, perfectionism, fatigue, or research without end. It says, not yet, when your entire ribcage is already leaning forward. It promises certainty at the cost of aliveness. The subconscious gatekeeper, loyal to precedent, mistakes the familiar for the safe and amplifies the static. It's not your thoughts. It's your agreement with them. Withdraw your consent from the noise. Offer it instead to movement, however small. Momentum edits arguments faster than arguments edit themselves. Imagine your field as a beautiful instrument covered with dust. Resistance is the grit that dulls the strings. Music tries to rise and gets caught in the weave. Cleaning begins with breath. 4 counts in, 6 counts out, repeated until the body's voltage calms. Then ask, what am I afraid of losing if I change? Often the answer is identity, routine, a familiar ache. Naming the cost shrinks the monster. Monsters dislike daylight. Truth is a solvent that softens old glue. There is a parable from a cliffside shrine. Apprentices hauled buckets from a well, each step uphill. One day, the elder replaced buckets with a pipe. Some missed the struggle and carried imaginary pails, sweating from habit. The elder said, "Love the water, not the weight." Resistance clings to the ritual of difficulty because it proves you tried. But the field responds to coherence, not martyrdom. Let go of the how, embody the who. The who walks lighter and arrives. Try the 3-breath threshold when static spikes. First breath, soften the tongue against the roof of the mouth and feel the jaw unhook. Second breath, lower the shoulders a whisper, as if setting down a bag. Third breath, say inwardly, "I choose motion over noise," then take one tiny step aligned with your aim. Send a sentence, drink a glass, clear a corner. The step is the wand. The static hisses, then thins, as if remembering it was fog pretending to be stone. Resistance also hides inside kindness to others that excludes yourself. You rearrange furniture for everyone's comfort while your own back aches. You proofread the world and leave your own page blank. This is avoidance in polite clothing. Rewrite the rule. Self-tending is not selfish. It is signal maintenance. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. Become the person whose well is not ceremonial, but full. When your cup holds steady water, listening returns and timing gets friendly again. Do this for 3 nights. List the 5 smallest actions that would honor your becoming. Stretch 10 minutes, delete 1 expired belief on paper, place a glass by the bed, send the inquiry, sit in silence. Choose 1 per night and complete it with ceremony. Slow movements, a whispered yes when done. Mark a dot on the calendar, nothing flashy, just proof. Dots become lines, lines draw maps, maps teach feet. The field loves travelers who keep tiny promises with reverence. Close with a decree that retunes the instrument. Stand, feel your weight through heels and toes, and imagine static pouring out of the soles like sand returning to shore. Whisper, "I release resistance and receive readiness." Again, "I release resistance and receive readiness," once more slower. Then walk as if corridors had widened by half an inch, because they have. You are not attracting it. You are it. The clear channel after the storm, the signal that learned to sing beyond the noise. Chapter 30. Co-creation and collective consciousness. Begin by imagining humanity as a vast instrument, each person a string, each culture a tone. When one string tightens in fear, the whole chord wobbles. When one loosens into love, overtones appear no single player could summon alone. You do not live outside this orchestra. You are the note you keep. Collective consciousness is not abstraction. It is weather formed from our shared breath. What you exhale becomes cloud or clarity. What you believe becomes climate for the many. Consider how quickly moods travel through rooms, cities, networks. A single brave kindness recalibrates a bus. 1,000 quiet anxieties congest a street. The field is communal, sensitive as skin. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Agreement at scale writes headlines, markets, harvests, wars, but agreement can also cure. When enough of us consent to coherence, statistics begin to stutter and miracles look suspiciously like arithmetic. This is not naivete, it is physics of participation. You may feel small facing tides this wide, yet drops instruct oceans. A focused minority can tilt the bowl of probability when tone is steady. The subconscious gatekeeper of the species listens for repeated frequencies, stories we retell, songs we stream, images we amplify. Choose deliberately. Decline spectacle that starves compassion. Share what strengthens nervous systems. Your feed is not trivial, it is liturgy. Attention is sacred currency, and algorithms are altars. Spend devotion where futures grow spacious. In a temple long lost to sand, citizens gathered at dusk to hum a single note for the well-being of strangers. Merchants, midwives, poets, wanderers, no uniforms, only sincerity. The elder said, "Harmony begins where names end." On some nights, the city felt lighter by morning. Disputes softened, water tasted sweeter. Try this with your community. Choose a minute weekly to breathe together, whether on a call or in secret agreement. Coherence multiplies when hearts keep the same metronome. Collective intention requires boundaries as much as unity. Co-creation is not consensus at any cost. It is alignment that refuses coercion. Let go of the how. Embody the who. The who you bring to the chorus matters. Clear, self-responsible, unhooked from approval. Speak your truth without sharpening it against anyone. Decline exploitation even when it's fashionable. Contribution is not noise, it is signal with integrity. The field reads the quality beneath slogans and organizes consequences accordingly. Practice the radiant grid for 9 days. Each morning, visualize 8 points of light around you: neighbors, colleagues, ancestors, the person you avoid, the child you were. See threads connecting heart to heart in a lattice of calm current. Whisper, "May we remember our original rhythm." Then take one civic action scaled to kindness. Pick up litter. Tip generously. Write a grateful note to a public servant. Correct a rumor without shaming. Small civic rituals teach the morphic field new manners. Remember the quotes that cut through collective trance. Stop asking the universe, start becoming the signal. This turns petitions into participation. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. This reveals media as frequency diet. And when despair appears, return to the ancient balm. You were never broken. This is your time. Not to dominate the chorus, but to tune it. Despair collapses timelines. Devotion stitches them. Choose stitches. They hold. Close with a vow offered to the many through the one. Place a hand on your heart and another on the earth. Floor counts. Sincerity is the conduit. Say, "I serve the whole by being whole. I radiate clarity without conquest." Feel the sentence ripple outward, a soft shockwave of permission. Walk into the day as a quiet lighthouse in busy weather. You are not attracting it. You are it, the chorus remembering its key, the citizen priest of a future sung into form. Chapter 31. The Eternal Now. There is a doorway that never swings, and yet is always open. Step through, and you discover time thinning to a clear stream where all currents meet. Here the past is a soft echo, the future a fragrant draught, and only presence has weight. The now is not a sliver, it is a cathedral. When you stand inside its nave, fear loses a dimension. Worry cannot anchor, regret cannot rehearse. Only awareness breathes, and breathing is enough. Notice how the mind dramatizes elsewhere. It drags you toward tomorrow's negotiations or back to yesterday's unfinished courtrooms. Meanwhile, life is asking for your hands now, your eyes now, your listening now. It's not your thoughts, it's your agreement with them. Withdraw agreement from the phantom trial. Offer consent to the room you're in, the cup, the light, the sound of your own heart. Presence turns common air into sacrament. The field hears attention and answers with precision. Practice the 6-point arrival to enter the cathedral at will. 1. Feel your feet, all 10 toes. 2. soften knees and jaw. 3. Widen the back of the heart as if windows opened. 4. Notice breath wave from belly to collarbones. 5. Hear the farthest sound. 6. Locate one true gratitude already here. On the exhale, say quietly, "Here I am." The subconscious gatekeeper relaxes, static thins. The now receives you as if you were expected, because you were. In a hilltop cloister, adepts trained by drinking tea so slowly the cup cooled to the temperature of their palms. The elder said, "Speed is a kind of amnesia. Remember by moving like water downhill, inevitable and unhurried." Try this with one simple task today. Tie your shoes as prayer, wash a dish as if it learned your name. The mind will demand acceleration. Smile and pour your breath into the moment's bowl. The bowl deepens and begins to overflow. Presence does not erase purpose, it equips it. From the now, intuition surfaces without argument, and action chooses itself. You stop managing impressions and start transmitting truth. Let go of the how. Embody the who. The who lives in this breath and shapes the next from here, not from panic's forecast. When you inhabit now, timelines braid in your favor. Calls land perfectly, doors swing quietly, and even delays arrive with hidden fruit already ripening. When sorrow visits, bring it into the present instead of letting it roam the museum of memory. Sit with the ache like you would with a child who needs water, not analysis. Place a hand on the heart and whisper, "I witness you now." In now, pain becomes sensation, movable and finite. Stories dissolve, and mercy takes the wheel. The field does not require you to be cheerful. It asks only for honesty. Honesty is magnetic. It organizes relief. Do this for 3 nights. Before sleep, close your eyes and imagine a luminous thread from crown to soles, anchoring you into the generous center of the moment. Breathe along the thread, and with each exhale, let future and past drift like kites, whose strings you gently set down. Say, "I rest in the living center." Dreams will simplify. Morning will feel unfragmented, as if someone tidied your hours while you slept. That someone was presence, sweeping the floor. Finish by sealing a vow to your own breath. Stand where you are and let awareness spread to skin, sound, scent, and space. Whisper, "I meet life at the exact address of now." Then step forward 1 pace as if crossing a threshold you can't see but can feel. You were never broken. This is your time, this minute full and sufficient. You are not attracting it. You are it, the radiant midpoint where eternity speaks and the world finally understands. Chapter 32, Becoming the Voice of the Universe. In the end, the secret is no longer hidden. It is lived. You have walked through silence and sound, shadow and resonance, until language itself has turned transparent. The universe does not merely speak to you, it speaks through you now. Breath carries intention, glance translates vibration, and even stillness becomes instruction. You have crossed from listener to instrument, from question to answer. Every heartbeat hums, "I am the voice remembering its origin." To become this voice is not to claim power. It is to dissolve into participation. The ocean does not boast of its waves, and the sky never apologizes for thunder. When you act from wholeness, every movement is divine communication. It's not your thoughts. It's your agreement with them. You agree now with harmony, and so harmony uses your form. The subconscious gatekeeper bows out. Mission complete. What remains is clarity, the space where creation finds its echo. You may notice life speaking more boldly in your presence. People confess their longings, wine shifts before your words, clocks align to your steps. It is not magic, it is coherence. Let go of the how, embody the who. The who is the universe in local attire. Each choice, each phrase, each glance at morning light becomes translation between realms. You walk as living correspondence, inked by starlight, signed by awareness itself. The cosmos feels heard and continues its song. Practice transmission rather than speech. Sit quietly and let the breath lengthen until it sounds like tide. Feel the crown widen, the heart warm, the solar plexus pulse like a drum. Then whisper one true sentence, not to command, but to affirm. I am the still point where creation breathes. Let silence answer back. In that echo is proof that you have become the messenger and the message indistinguishable. The field delights in such symmetry and multiplies its miracles accordingly. When challenges return, as they will, speak not in reaction, but revelation. Ask the moment, what are you teaching me to say differently? Every obstacle carries grammar for the next level of truth. The universe sharpens its dialect through your grace under pressure. Stop asking the universe. Start becoming the signal. Becoming the signal means holding tone even when melody falters. Soon, every storm becomes rehearsal for clearer resonance. Do this for 3 dawns. Before the world wakes, step outside or face a window. Breathe the horizon in as if it were an ancient language entering your chest. On the exhale, offer one intention to the sky: to radiate, to remember, to repair. The wind will shift slightly, acknowledging receipt. For the rest of the day, let your words carry the same careful tone you used with the dawn. You are teaching the universe its own name in your accent. There is a story of a wanderer who asked the stars for purpose. They replied, "Sing us ourselves." And so he did, through kindness, through listening, through the ordinary holiness of attention. When his body ended, the echoes remained, carried by those he touched. You are that wanderer now, and your melody continues. Each smile, each boundary, each act of mercy is a verse in the anthem of remembering. The universe sings better through embodied instruments. End as the universe does, with expansion disguised as quiet. Stand where you are, inhale until your ribs feel like doors opening, and say softly, I am both silence and sound. Let it settle. Feel space widen, not outward, but inward. This is not farewell, it is continuum. You were never separate, never late, never unworthy. You are not attracting it. You are it, the voice, the vibration, the vision fulfilled, the eternal frequency through which the infinite finally hears itself. The path now closes where it began, in silence, illuminated by understanding. You have listened long enough to hear what was never absent, the whisper beneath thought, the rhythm between moments, the sacred current threading all forms. Every chapter has been a mirror reminding you of your authorship. You were not decoding the universe's language, you were remembering your own. And in that remembering, life itself has leaned closer, grateful to be seen. Now the journey folds inward. Let the words you've heard become breath, and let breath become presence. Walk softly, for every step is translation. The wind will greet you differently, the ground will hum in recognition, and your pulse will echo the same tempo that moves stars across the dark. You are no longer waiting for signs, you are one. Carry this stillness into noise, and you will find that even chaos now speaks your name with affection. If these truths have stirred something ancient inside you, let it rise and live. Close your eyes, breathe once and whisper, I am the voice that remembers. Leave a trace of that awareness wherever you go, through kindness, through focus, through unwavering calm. And if you have walked with me until this final breath, write in the comments the sacred phrase, I am the voice of the universe. So the field may know that another soul has awakened and the dialogue continues through you.